All right, I'm going to have to sort of issue an apology here. We have a voicemail number. That number is 219 David P. I am causing huge problems for one of our viewers with his fiance. Take a listen to this.
Hey, David. My name's Danny. This is the first time I'm calling in, but I've been a listener for a few years now. And I was really just calling to ask kindly for you to dial back on the reasonable and wise takes.
Right.
It's starting to cause some jealousy issues with my fiance that I listen to you so often.
So sorry.
And not only politics, but also your assessment of pies and apple pies especially.
Right.
I think the only major disagreement I've had lately has been with your take on sweet potatoes as, quote, the perfect vegetable. In fact, I submit to you that, in fact, bell peppers are the perfect vegetable.
Oh, my God.
Clean them out. You can eat them like an apple. They taste great. They're not annoyingly spicy. They're crispy. You can stuff them and bake them.
Oh, dear God.
Anyways, I just need for you to dial back on the stellar opinion pieces. You're handing out media literacy like it's candy on Halloween. And you're also the biggest reason I voted. I'm a Bernie supporter, but
That's
I
important.
voted Biden thanks to you. So for the sake of my happily ever after, would you please just cut it out?
Yeah. Listen, I apologize that your fiance is getting jealous and all of that. But so here, a bell pepper is better than a sweet potato, and I'm not anti bell pepper in any way, but when you're cooking, you dip a bell pepper in some hummus. That's great, but in cooking, a jalapeno, okay, you're adding a little heat, but a bell pepper is not dramatically different than an onion in that it gets soft and absorbs the flavor of whatever is there. Sweet potato brings so much more to the table from the standpoint of flavor, from the standpoint of nutrition, from the standpoint of caloric density. And I just read a fascinating, I have loved sweet potatoes since I was a little kid. When I was first sampling baby food back in 1984, I guess 85. No, 84 it would have been. When I first got my first taste of sweet potato, my eyes lit up. It was an incredible day. And, a lot of people think because a sweet potato has the word potato in it, that it's like a potato. It has nothing to do with a potato. Understand that potatoes are the stems of a plant, whereas sweet potatoes are the root, or as some say, the root. I say root. It's a totally different family. It is a potato and a sweet potato could not be more different. And by the way, all these people in the U.S. who interchangeably talk about a sweet potato and a yam, I don't know that I've ever seen a yam, an actual yam in the United States. Yams are gigantic compared to sweet potatoes. They look different. Let's stop misnaming sweet potatoes as yams. Anyway, I could go on for probably an hour about sweet potatoes, but the mere idea that a bell pepper is going to hold a candle to sweet potatoes, I find that offensive. But otherwise, I love the praise. I love that this caller voted thanks to the show, et cetera, et cetera. We've got a great bonus show for you today. We'll talk about Rudy Giuliani's slippery cell phone. We will talk about the Vatican's position on vaccines for the virus that use abortion cell lines. Hint, they're okay with it. And Deborah Birx is going bye-bye when Joe Biden transitions in because she's retiring, and we'll talk about what we think is behind that. All of those stories and more on today's bonus show. Sign up at joinpakman.com and get instant access to the bonus show.